Hey, what's up everybody? In this video, I'm going to review Princess Cinderella from the Cinderella series. And Princess Cinderella does have the exact same drop rate as Princess Snow White as well as Princess Tiana. So if you're trying to get her in this month's new Tsum or Lucky Time, now's a good time to try to get her. Her ability description is clears a horizontal line of Tsums and spawns special magical bubbles. And the gameplay that you're currently watching right now is a skill level 1 game demonstration, so her skill range is going to be extra small. So let's take a look at her stats. To activate her ability, you'll need to clear a total of 16 copies of her off the screen. Her minimum score is 20 with a maximum score of 1196. When it comes to score, it's pretty good at the maximum score, but not that great for minimum score. And to charge up her ability, it only requires 16, so that's considered on the good side. So it's on the lower end, so very easy to activate her ability. But if you do want to get her to skill level 6, you will need to get a total of 36 copies of her from the premium box, and that's on the higher side. And before I go any further, if you guys like Tsum reviews or would like to see more Tsum Tsum content just like this, please consider subscribing to this channel. It really helps me out a lot. Alright, so let's take a look at her stats chart. And like I mentioned, the gameplay that you're currently watching right now is a skill level 1 game demonstration. As you level up Princess Cinderella, her skill range does increase, but it does get a little bit more difficult to get to skill level 6 because it does require 20 Tsums to get her to fully maximum. And the strategy to using Princess Cinderella is relatively the same as Princess Snow White. So some things that you want to do is you want to start spamming the ability, as Princess Cinderella's ability is almost full. And it's for the same reason. It's for the rollover effect. Essentially, right now, it requires you to clear 16 copies of her off the screen to activate her ability. But let's say if you clear 20, then those 4 extra that you clear will go into the next charge up if you do spam the ability. And then the second thing is, after Princess Cinderella's ability, a little chariot does come out, and that's also one of her special magical bubbles. And you want to try to pop that right away for the same reason, is to make sure that there is enough surrounding Tsums to pop it. And then finally, one thing that's a little bit different is that you want to pop any magical bubbles that's in the center area before activating her ability. That way you'll maximize the horizontal clear as much as possible. Alright, so now let's take a look at a side-by-side comparison of Princess Cinderella at skill level 1, 2, and 3. There's only really one difference between skill level 1, 2, and 3, and that has to do with her skill range. The skill range is in reference to that initial horizontal burst, so the height of it is going to be bigger as you level up the skill level. The chariot that's going to come out after her ability does not change, so that part doesn't matter. So overall, I do really like Princess Cinderella. She's very easy to use. So if you don't get Princess Snow White, Princess Cinderella is also a second option that you could use. Her Tsum is very easy to use and you don't need to use gyro to activate her ability, so it's very good for beginners. And because her ability, or during her ability, the screen doesn't freeze, so you don't actually need to set up the screen or anything like that. And one thing I like about Cinderella over Snow White is that her animation is a lot faster. So which means that you actually could get more gameplays per hour versus Princess Snow White. Although Princess Snow White is a better coin earner, but then when you weigh out the factor that you might be able to play more games with Princess Cinderella versus Princess Snow White, she might actually be a better coin collector if you are playing long periods of time. But when we're talking about each individual game, that is a little bit different. So maybe factor that in. That might be a little bit something different, but I did find that Princess Cinderella's gameplay itself does last longer because you're going to get a lot of fevers and also activate a lot more abilities per game. So those are some things that you might want to test out to see which one works best for you. Alright, now let's take a look at her ability, and I'm going to activate it at the same time right here and show you what the 3 differences are comparing it side by side. And like I mentioned, her animation is relatively quick, so what I'm going to do is slow it down here, walk you through all of the things that are actually happening during her ability time. There is this long animation that plays through for all of the Princess Tsums. I wish they would be shorter, but regardless, let's take a look at the ability itself. So this horizontal clears as the chariot runs through, and you'll see that for skill level 3, the thickness of the horizontal clear is a little bit bigger compared to skill level 2 and skill level 1. And like I mentioned earlier, sometimes the magic bubble gets in the way, so if you take a look at skill level 1, there is a special magical bubble there that does get in the way. Maybe I could have got one extra Tsum there that could have been counted towards the chain, but you definitely want to try to pop the magical bubbles before you activate the ability if you can. For skill level 1, I got a chain of 22, skill level 2, I got a chain of 24, and skill level 3, I got a chain of 25. And keep in mind, these are skill level 1, 2, and 3 gameplays, so it was pretty good to be able to get at least 22 chains at skill level 1. So let's play through here, and then after this component plays through, you'll see that special magic bubble that will come up. And this special magical bubble, or this little blue chariot bubble, is going to be consistent. It doesn't matter if you're playing at skill level 1 or skill level 6, the chain is going to remain the same. So one strategy here is that you want to make sure that you're clearing the special magic bubble right away. You don't want to wait until later where the bubble's now at the bottom of the screen, because you're not going to be using it effectively. So try to pop it right after the ability plays through. You do want to wait a split second to make sure that the surrounding Tsums are already touching the chariot before bursting it. That way you'll maximize the chain count, earning you a lot more coins. So as you can see here, skill level 1 and skill level 3, I got 17 chains, and skill level 2, I got a chain of 19. So nothing too special here, it's going to remain the same throughout the entire gameplays. Alright, so I'm going to skip to the end of these gameplays and show you what I got for the coin earnings for Princess Cinderella. So she's going to be pretty good for coins as well. She's not going to be the best compared to Princess Snow White, but Princess Cinderella is also a good option if you weren't able to get Princess Snow White. At skill level 1, I got a coin earnings of 1,894. For skill level 2, I got 2,100. And for skill level 3, I got 2,845. These gameplays, I'm only playing with a 5-4 and time boost on. So if you are playing with a 5-4 and coin boost on, you definitely could earn a lot more coins. And also keep in mind, these are my early gameplays and I haven't been practicing with it. These were my first attempts for at skill level 1, 2, and 3. And as for score, they're also low levels. So for skill level 1, I got 5.4 million. Skill level 2, I got 5.9. And then for skill level 3, I got 7.8 million. So these scores will definitely go up as you level up Princess Cinderella. And I think that if you do level up to level 50, you can easily break the 10 million record. So let me know in the comments below if you have a high level Princess Cinderella, and let me know what your scores are. I think that 10 million is definitely very doable, so let me know in the comments below. Alright, so that's my review for Princess Cinderella. I hope that you guys found this video helpful or at least entertaining. And if you would like to see more Tsum Tsum videos just like this, definitely don't forget to subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for watching.